Hey guys, it's Andrew with another 2 videos this time. This is a twofer. These are critiques of videos from Valley Community something Watch, I think, and then of course NC Tyrant Hunter, who's one of my favorite auditors. Anyway, this is all about showing your ID, and you would think that this is a very pro auditor video, but it's my position that the police officers in question or in the video are treated disrespectfully, all for the sake of creating an entertaining video, in my opinion. But you be the judge. He immediately asked for his ID because the guy's suspicious.
It's a little suspicious if someone's taking pictures of license plates leaving a secure building.
Is that a misdemeanor or a felony?
No, it's suspicious to know who you are.
So why do I need ID?
Because we need to know who you are.
I don't think so. If I'm not committed a crime, I'm not giving you ID.
3 on 20. You started, Jordan. You heard the subject's refusing to provide ID and identify himself.
The auditor could just explain what he's doing and the rights that he's leaning on, but he doesn't do that because he's more interested in dramatizing the situation.
People leaving police vehicles.
Okay.
Police vehicles from a police parking lot.
Okay.
That's suspicious.
Is it suspicious? Is that a crime?
It's not a crime.
Okay, so then, am I free to go or am I being detained?
You're being detained right
Okay,
now.
can you tell me the crime?
We're detaining you because of your suspicious activity.
Is that a crime?
Okay.
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
Some sort of ID.
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
You're not free to go right now.
Okay, so I'm being detained. Can you articulate a crime?
We don't know that you haven't committed a crime.
Okay, so once you figure that out, I'll provide an ID. Until then, am I free to go?
No.
Okay, so then I'm just going to read. I'm going to remain
Completely unhelpful, obviously, to the police who are
Sure. Officer Britton,
just there checking the situation out. They're not being jackbooted thugs.
Thank you.
You know, this isn't Nazi Germany in the 1930s. This guy's looking suspicious, and the cops are there to check in on him. All he has to do is be respectful to the police. I'd give him my ID. What does he have to hide? Or at least explain to them why he's not giving them his ID. He can't expect every cop to know every law in the book. That's ridiculous. He doesn't know every law in the book. Lawyers don't know every law on the books, and the cops aren't to be expected to know every law in the books, especially with just 8 weeks of training.
So you were sitting outside of our gate.
I was. Is that illegal? I was on a public sidewalk. I never entered your facility.
If you were a police officer.
I'm not a police officer. I'm not.
Would you find that concerning?
I don't understand what you're trying to say here, because a person staying in public facility.
How about you be helpful to the police?
You can ask. Okay, if you're, this is not a consensual. Okay, if you're, this is not a consensual encounter.
Some people work as an undercover capacity, so they have a personnel recording those as a leaving vehicle.
Okay, how do I know that?
Well, how do we know who you are?
You don't know who I am.
You're not a threat to us.
Well, if I was a threat to us or a threat to you, would I be out here? I'm standing here taking pictures in public.
Detectives and police officers, other people leaving a secure facility and vehicles are assigned to us. Some people work as an undercover capacity.
He's testing their knowledge of the First Amendment and the Fourth Amendment,
You don't know who I am.
You're not a threat to
and
us.
soon to be, I think, the Fifth Amendment.
Or threat to you, would I be out here in an orange vest? I'm not trying to hide anything. I didn't run from you. I stood here right when you called me. I'm not
They're not going to be able to hold him forever.
I have no weapons. I would show you, but I'm afraid if I reach for my head, something bad would happen. I'm not going to do that. I have no weapons. I have no intent. Well, I don't have an idea. I wouldn't show it to you if I
Now, who's amping up this situation? Who is escalating it? It's the auditor.
articulate a crime. I'll provide an ID. Until then, am I free to go?
Most of these videos, the auditor is the one that escalates the situation.
I'm being unlawfully detained. Yes or no? You're detaining me unlawfully. You're not being unlawful. Sir, you're unlawful.
The cops try to remain calm. I mean, every now and then the cop goes off because the auditor is escalating the situation, and that makes for a good video, of course. But
Suspecting me of committed a crime.
in this situation, the cops are very calm,
Therefore, you have no RAS. I don't have to explain anything.
but this guy just goes off and treats them like animals.
You really do when you're taking pictures.
I don't have to explain anything to you. Standing in a public space, anything I can see from public, I can take pictures of. That is my First Amendment right to do. And there's nothing that you can do to stop me.
You're trying to do a lot more than taking pictures in public, pal.
I'm sorry. If it makes you uncomfortable,
You're trying to sell YouTube videos.
because I'm not going to stop taking pictures because it makes you uncomfortable. I'm sorry. So unless, again, I'm being detained, I would like to be free to go.
Wasting the time of the police.
Trying to make us uncomfortable.
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm trying to take pictures in public. You came out. If that makes
License plates?
How do you know I took pictures of people's license plate? I can walk down the street and see a license plate. What does that mean to anything? See,
He's ignoring the issue of suspicion is what he's doing.
What does that mean? I can walk by and see a license plate. That information is not accessible to the public. I don't know what you.
Why does he keep asking if he's being
I can't
detained?
look up somebody's license plate online and get anything from that.
I think you're being a little
That was like the fourth time.
Sir, are license plates accessible to the public?
Sure, you need to have
If they find it suspicious because it's
RAS for detaining someone. This guy may not know that.
I'm going to remain quiet. I'm not
This could be a great educational opportunity to teach a cop about RAS. Does he take the opportunity to do that? No. He just berates the officer on his position of the law.
my pocket, okay? You got it. Just a cell phone.
The reason we're
I gotta
detaining
be
you
live
is
streaming.
suspicious activity.
Is that a crime?
And we're going back and forth and back and forth.
I am not refusing to speak to you.
This auditor is desperate, trying to make a good video out of this interaction.
If I'm not suspected of a crime. So again, am I being detained or am I free to go?
You're being detained at this time.
Can you articulate a crime?
The reason we're detaining you is because you're conducting suspicious activity.
Is that a crime?
Cop shows up and lets him go.
Refusing to speak to us.
I am not refusing to speak to you. I said I'm out taking pictures in public.
You're refusing to provide any kind of ID.
I don't have to provide an ID if I'm not suspected of a crime. That is the law, sir. It's a First Amendment protected
You'd
activity.
like to eliminate the possibility of, in our minds, you're committing suspicious
I am a suspicious activity is not a
I agree with that.
Hi. Can I have your badge number, please?
2029.
Thank you.
Because how stupid and dumb.
To realize that it does look suspicious.
I don't have to realize that, sir. I'm glad you said I can leave.
Have a good day.
I don't think you need to belittle him, calling him stupid and dumb.
What you have to realize.
It's not necessary.
You have to realize
It's
that
disrespect for the cop. This guy's a cop hater, obviously.
Before the cop that did the violate, Officer Britton, hope you watch this video on shame. Because how
See that?
stupid and dumb can you be to
Smear.
believe license plates is a crime? How stupid and dumb do you have to be?
Well, your recordings end up on YouTube as well, buddy.
How terrible of a cop do you have to be?
Cop hater.
And demand ID from a citizen that you haven't witnessed do as much as even heard a fly. I bet you violate citizens of Surprise, Arizona civil rights every day and feel good about it. Well, let me
All
tell
right,
you,
this is a video,
your terror lasts forever. How could you have
MC
so many
Tyrant
complaints that you're
Hunter.
walking on eggshells?
and he's out of North Carolina. He's kind of a hillbilly. I've seen all of his videos, and he's basically respectful until he's disrespected. And then once he's disrespected, there's no turning back. He will not change his mind, and he'll give you the bam, which is his finger. He is awfully entertaining though, and if not for all the time he wastes doing his First Amendment auditing, which is really selling a YouTube channel is what it is. They make it sound like they're real professional being auditors, like they're accountants or something. But the reality of it is they're selling a YouTube channel. First Amendment auditors are today's internet version of yesterday's TV version of reality shows. So reality television of yesterday is now First Amendment auditor today. Why do I say that? I say that because what happened with reality TV shows is they started to dramatize and fake their interactions and their scenarios and their scenes to try to make the videos interesting to sell the TV show. So you turn on, Storage Wars, it was one example, and it's all a bunch of people acting out, being, in that situation. It really isn't real. It's not reality. They call it reality show, but it turned out it's not reality. It's just a bunch of fake crap. And that's why you don't see reality TV shows anymore for the most part. Well, First Amendment auditors, in order to sell their YouTube videos, they have to dramatize their interactions with the public and with the police, and in order to make the videos interesting, so that just like the TV shows of the past, the reality TV shows, today's First Amendment auditor videos do the same thing, trying to, artificially create drama, and the problem is they're doing it to law enforcement, and law enforcement has better things to do. Yes, law enforcement needs to be educated on the First Amendment, all the amendments, but there's a proper, polite, respectful way to do that and efficient way to do that, utilizing the resources that that are limited, such as law enforcement, and not waste their time with frivolity. Anyway, let's take a look at NC. This is a very short video. He just tries to get ID'd and he shuts him down.
Great job staying professional as you asserted your rights. Let's continue.
What's going on today?
Huh?
What's going on today, man?
I'm baking cookies.
You baking cookies?
Yeah.
Why are you out here filming and taking pictures?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering because they work here.
Awesome day today, man.
And they don't know who you are, and they're seeing you out here taking pictures and everything. It's just kind of weird. You got the whole setup.
Yeah. Well, you usually have cameras when you're recording, right?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Do you have your ID on you, man?
I absolutely do.
Where's it at? Can you get it for me real quick, man?
No, you can't.
Hello, sir. Why not?
What's up, man? What's your name and badge number? Why?
What's your name?
Because you're a public servant and you should tell me your name and your star
What's your
number.
name?
Pudding-tang.
What?
Name and badge number?
Where's your ID, man?
You're not getting my ID, bro. You know this ain't no stopping ID state. Come on now. Listen,
No
you're
stopping
not
ID state?
you're not going to violate my rights today, so you can just jump back in your car and take the off.
Okay.
Yeah, you better get somebody. Not identifying. I thought that was y'all's policy. So y'all tyrants too, right?
Well, those two cops didn't stand a chance against NC Tire Hunter. As we know, NC Tire Hunter is one of the best when it comes to owning tyrants. And this was the case of two tyrants not knowing how to handle a citizen that knows their rights. They ran and called the sergeant. The sergeant educated them both on public photography. The end was live streamed, so the quality wasn't so great. But remember, no crime, no ID.
I still say, no matter what, be polite and respectful to the police. NC Tyrant Hunter was looking for a good video, so the cops show up and he's playing essentially the quiet game, and except for his sarcasm, which comes out right away. Both of which are highly disrespectful to the cops. If this was a regular situation and it wasn't somebody just trying to sell a YouTube subscription, get eyeballs to visit him on his YouTube page, which is really what it's all about, he could have easily told the police exactly what he was doing, even providing his ID to show him that he's not a threat. And the cops are not going to take that information and go capitalize on it and put it in 16 databases and do all this paranoia stuff that First Amendment auditors often accuse police of doing with their information. That's not what they're going to do with it. I mean, the cops are there to make sure that the suspicious people are not criminals. And so that's how they're checking you out, and you need to just be polite with them. That's my opinion.